here though. I have to hold this mic. This looks terrible. No, I can't possibly. I think it wouldn't look as bad if the cable wasn't hanging out the back. Hi guys, this is something I've wanted to talk about for a long time. I have not written any... Why am I so blurry? This might be a stream of consciousness and it might be a bunch of malarkey, but I'd like to think I'm eloquent and well-spoken enough that you'll understand what I'm saying. Did you see how I just stuck to my stomach then? So embarrassing. Okay, so I have this interesting problem I find myself in all of the time, and it's something I've lived with forever, and I just recently thought, is this a unique experience? There's no one in the world like me. I'm the best person who ever lived, worst person alive type beat. No, but I think that it's quite strange and potentially a little bit unique. I don't know. I feel like it's not something I've ever really heard people talk about. I'm sure you might watch this and then be like, oh my God, that's so me. And that sucks. Sorry about that. It's basically the absolutely terrible problem of being quite good at a lot of things, but not really good at any one thing. The inability to lock in, if you will. The reason I want to talk about it is because I just turned 32. How different would things be if I'd have just stuck to something? So if you don't know about me, I'm going to give you a little TLDR. I am a tattooer. These days I usually say like, oh, I'm a designer and I tattoo. Do I look skinny? No, bitch, never. Oh my God. Anyway, and I just can't catch a break. No, that's not true. But I have this problem where I feel like a very multifaceted person. I'm sure we all feel this way. But I feel like I could be good at so many things that I don't like to pigeonhole myself. But I'm also painfully aware that the secret to success is consistency, is having a niche, is finding your audience, your brand, and building upon that and being true to that, even if, you feel like it's not necessarily 100% authentic to you. If you feel you change, you give the people what they're like all these pop stars that have this like rebrand and then they become huge because they just found this niche that no one else was doing. So like, fuck it, that'll be my thing then. I cannot do that. I have an inability to do that. I want to dip my paintbrush in every color, blue specifically, and that seems to be a bad thing, and that bums me the fuck out because, okay, for example, if you followed me and know who I am, God, the ego is out of control for sure. I got my little sort of break, very heavy quotation marks on that, doing sort of fine line illustrative tattoos, didn't we all? And particularly I took a focus on blue tattoos. At one point I was in Croatia, I was drawing monochromatic bullshit, and I was like, dude, the blue, mwah, that's my thing, that's my bag. It's really hard, in my opinion, to do or harder than doing blacking, to do really good solid blue ink tattoos. And I like that. I like the challenge. That's what I did. I dyed my hair blue. I only wore blue clothes. I almost changed my name to Blue. Get a grip. And that was like my thing. And then I got bored of it. Well, it was just like, okay, if you don't know, I switched to then doing traditional tattoos, which is like the bros get these tattoos, okay? And that might seem like a stark contrast to what I was doing before. This video is unwatchable. Fucking hell. And it's because I loved trad when I got into tattooing. It was like the kind of stuff I'm into, the music I listen to, the clothes I wear, the scene I was in. That was like, you do that and you get trad tattoos. You listen to this, you get trad tattoos. And I've always been a fan of looking like a woman and doing masculine shit. These days, I also like to be looking like a boy and doing boy shit. That's the secret sauce, if you ask me. Nonsense, once again. I'm talking shit. So I was like, the idea that I'd be like super femme, but making super masculine trad, that's a bit of me. So when I became single, I was like, okay, why don't I just pursue what I always wanted to do, which was traditional tattooing, which was literally the opposite of what I'd been doing, what I could have made my name on. But it got to the point where I was like, I wouldn't follow myself. I don't find what I do particularly interesting or good or like innovative, or as if trad is any of those things, but you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't like what I'm making right now. So let me get away from it. And I started just doing trad. I was shit at it. I'm still like, okay at it because I've only been doing it for like 2 years and I've been tattooing for like 8. So while I do my fine line stuff still, and I actually, there's been a renaissance. I really enjoy doing it now and I think I'm really good at it. Oh, sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. What am I talking about? I guess this is a bit of a background into me, which I'm sure absolutely none of you are interested in, but nothing I love more than talking about myself. So anyway, I'm going to continue. I started doing trad and I was like, dude, this is sick. And also it was nice because I felt like I'd gotten really good at what I used to do. What I still do, but what I used to do solely. And this was a new challenge. Like when you see trad, you think that shit's easy. I can do that. No, bitch. The fundamentals are so different to what I was doing before. And it's not fucking easy. I'm still only, I think I've been doing it 2-3 years now. And I still feel like I'm just learning how to get halfway decent at it. Also, peep this top. I made that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, nonsense. Again, just talking shite. So I switched to doing trad and you know, it's like whatever, like people get trad tattoos from me and I'm going to keep doing it. I switched my style completely knowing that I would take a big hit financially in tattooing because that's not what people come to me for. It's the antithesis. Does that mean opposite? It sounds like it should, but I don't think that it does. Anyway, it's like the opposite of what I was doing, but I didn't care. I knew I'd lose a bunch of followers, which I did. I don't know what this is. It's like, no, enough. And I knew I would do that, but I didn't care because I'd already had like this like following and made all this money. And I was like, I'm unhappy. I don't like what I do. I don't feel like a real tattooer. Hello, imposter alert. I should make another episode on that because that is crazy. And I'm riddled with it. Fucking hell, dude. Is this recording? Yeah, okay. 9 minutes of nothing. Switched to doing trad. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay, shit. Well, I am going to actually. And then I did, and I do, and I love it. I love trad tattooing. I love like the whole vibe, the whole aesthetic. And then it also opened up my client base because when I was doing solely fine line, it was the girls, the gays, and the days. We loved them. I'm one of them. Hello. But then when I started doing trad, it was basically all like cis straight men, which was different. But like I have a lot in common with men also. Like I was raised pretty much by my dad and my big brother, whose knee just exploded, ripped to the goat. No, sorry, Reese, don't watch this video. And you know, I feel very masculine most of the time. I feel my best when I feel more masculine. I like hanging out with the dudes. Bro, I'm one of you. No, never. Yeah, so it was nice to open up my client base to that. The point of this video, which completely fucking eludes me at this point, this is why I can't do this stuff, bro. I need a script. I need to write it down and stick to it. Maybe not. Maybe it's nice. See a bit of my personality. But anyway, I have this problem. I've had this problem my whole life. Growing up, I wanted to be in WNBA. Gay! She's gay! Because I was really good at sport. And I was really good at basketball. And I'm tall. Hello, 5'10". And that was what I wanted to do. Did that. Then I was like, dude, everyone's calling me a dyke. I'm sick of it. I gotta switch it up. What else do I want to do? And then when I was like 15, I got really into like tattoo aesthetic. Hello, Kat Von D. Rip to you. But yeah, so I got really into like tattooing and I was like, dude, I'd love to be a tattooer. They're the coolest people in the fucking world. But I can't draw and I'm not really artistic. Like I feel like I'm creative, but I can't put pen to paper. Spoiler alert, bitch. I taught myself to draw, became a tattooer. The rest is history. But it's just like, throughout my life, there's been so much I've tried and failed at. And it's water off duck's cock. Like, I don't care. Like, I do this thing every time I try something new. I'm like, this is my thing. I'm going to be the girl who blah, blah, blah. And then like a week later, I'm like, no success with that after a week. Hello. And then I'm like, something else completely. And it's just out of my mind. Probably a symptom of something else. But we'll not get into that. I'm not going to diagnose myself on the internet. You can do that for me. Not really. So anyway, this microphone is ridiculous. It's so space age. I think it's like what they think microphones would be like when, like in the 60s. Anyway, look at this red light as well. Red light therapy? No, stop. Anyway, 11 minutes now, almost 12. Should I edit? No, I'm not going to edit this. Fuck it. You just take it. This is like a radio show. What would I be sponsored by? I don't know. I don't care. So yeah, I just have this problem where I'm good at a lot of things. I take to things quite quickly. The only thing I didn't take to quickly was tattooing. Go figure. And I rage quit tattooing about 60,000 times when I started. And driving. Fucking hate driving. Well, not really. I hate driving lessons. I think I like driving on my own. Listen to some tunes. Wind in my hair. Not in this weave though, hey. Oh my god, I'm so tired of listening to myself talk because it's just nonsense. Like, there's no way anyone is watching this. It's so bad or unbearable. Anyway, oh, sorry, scared the dog. I don't know whatever. Do you have this problem, which I have? The joke that this video is that I can't focus on any one thing long enough to be good at it, and I can't even get my fucking words out, and it's been 13 minutes. The jokes write themselves. Anyway, I am good at a lot of things. I'm quite a talented person. I'm quite intelligent, well-spoken. No. And in some ways, I'm quite personable. I have the ability to get on with anyone, but I just choose not to. I'm not interested. Don't talk to me. Please don't think like I'm a nasty bitch, because I'm not. But I just have no interest in making new friends, and I really like to be left alone. That being said, people come up to me a lot and say, hey, I love your and that shit's so sweet. Please don't stop doing that. It does wonders for my ego, especially when I'm with my friends. Ooh. But I'm just not really like a friendly person, I think. What am I talking about? I have the inability to lock in, and it's just because I think I'm getting better, but I was really big on instant gratification when I was a little bit younger. Now I'm an old crone. I'm getting a bit better at like, no dude, like spend another day on this last sheet, spend another day on this video, whatever, and really like hone it and make sure you like it, make sure you're proud of it. That being said, I am my own worst critic. Aren't we all? Maybe not, I don't know. Oh, to be a man, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I just can't get it together. Like, I had my tattoo shop, which was sick and was very successful. I moved shop 3 times in as many years. Who does that? Like 4 shops in 3 years. That's mental illness, babes. But I just wanted more and better, and I wanted to give people the best I possibly could. But you just spread yourself too thin, too much too soon. That's the thing. And I think like I know myself very well. I know what I want. I know what I'm capable of. I'm cripplingly self-aware. Is it okay to say that word? I don't know. You let me know. I feel I'm so full of potential, but so lacking on the follow through. I can start something. Oh, I'll start it. But if I'm not instantly seeing like, yes, this is the thing, I really struggle to stick with it. Trad tattooing has been the exception to that, because once I started it, no one was interested. Hanny. Oh my god, make myself feel ill sometimes. But I loved it, so I stuck with it, because I was like, I don't care, this is what I want to do. I think because I'd already had a level of success with tattooing, I didn't care anymore. I just wanted, or at least in the moment I didn't care. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do fearlessly. Oh, so brave. And it's just something I've been thinking about a lot recently, like when I look back on my long life. But now it's like, can you hear that door creaking? Anyway, I just think often when I'm lying in bed worrying about a bunch of bullshit and nonsense, well, where would I be if I just found my thing and stuck to it, and didn't psychoanalyze everything I do ever, didn't compare myself to other people constantly, and didn't necessarily look to always have like the most meaning in everything I do, but just consistency and comfortability. Like, where would I be? Would my life be so much better, or would I just be miserable? Because that's not the person I am, and I can't be another person than who I am, unfortunately. Man, I don't know, like, do you have this issue? Like, it's quite an unusual problem. Like, growing up when I was in school, I just took to things really easily. I took to jobs really easily when I started getting them. Like, I think a lot of it's just having common sense and like a fucking brain in your nut. It just means that like I'm always thinking about things. There's so many things I like. There's so many avenues of art I like. There's so much, I was gonna say types of music I like. That's not true, bitch. I'm just an emo through and through. I listen to the occasional bit of Kendrick Lamar and Kanye. Who's that? Kanye, ripped to the goat. I got a tattoo recently from this person, Luciano. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. I followed him for years, and he has just had this one art style that's so niche, it's so his style, and he has done it consistently for, I don't know, man, like 10, 15 years. And you want that tattoo, you go to him. He does it perfectly. And that's like his thing. And he's done it to great success. He's clearly a very talented and established tattooer. Love that for him. Very, very nice person. Met him recently. And it's just like, would that be me if I just stuck to this? But then I was just miserable. Like, I just was so unimpressed with everything that I made. And I think a part of it is that I was so interested in traditional tattooing when I started tattooing. I felt like that was taken from me. We're not going to get into all that malarkey. If you know what you know, okay? And I just wanted it. I wanted something that was mine. And that's what that is. And as I said, I've come full circle now where I really enjoy doing the fine line again. And anytime someone asks me for it, I'm like, yes, bitch, I'll do that for you. Happy to. I'm really good at it. You should come and get it. Pull up on me. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, there's been so many things in life that I've tried and left by the wayside and thought, you really wanted to do that. Why didn't you just keep it up? This was 5 years ago. Is my arm looking... No, bitch. If you'd have just kept it up, maybe you'd be doing what you wanted to do right now. Like, one thing I want to do more than anything is I want to make music. I started to learn how to drum when I was 16. Dashed it because how the fuck... Like, it's just hard, isn't it? Like, it's hard to keep up being drumming when you're a young age. When I was young, I was pretty lazy because I had a fucking gnarly child and I just wanted to chill, please, for a bit. And then I picked it back up and I'm like, dude, you would be a fucking sick drummer now if you'd have kept it up since you were 16. That's like 16 years I've been drumming. And now it's like, I'm an okay drummer. I'm fine. I'll get better. Same with singing. I sang in high school. I got singing lessons when I moved to London. Dashed them again. Now I'm an okay singer. I'm just okay. At a lot of things, and I want to be great at a couple things. So that's so much to ask. In the same breath, though, I make my living off of art. I'm incredibly lucky, but I've worked extremely fucking hard. I work every day. I work so hard, and I've been through a lot of bullshit. Okay, and then I think, how different would my life be if I didn't have a fucking anchor at my feet for the first 16 years in my childhood home? And then the years after that, abusive relationship to abusive relationship, insecure man to insecure man. I'm a woman who a lot of men find threatening because I'm self-assured and I will not dim my light for anyone. Not anymore anyway, hey. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a man's world. I have interests that lean into more masculine... What's the word? Whatever. And I work in a male-dominated field, and I live in one too, because I live on planet Earth. Head's not in the clouds, feet are on the ground. This video, I think I might just end it here, because I wanted to make a really profound point about how hard it is to be good at a lot of things, but not good enough at any one thing to make it. And I'm not even saying that, but peep into my psyche. I made this comic years ago that said, I used to worry about paying my rent, and now I worry I'll never be fulfilled as an artist. And then loads of people commented saying, well, I worry about both. And I was like, well, shit, I'm really sorry about that. That sounds awful. And now I can tell you I've experienced that, and it's not cute. Yeah, I just think, like, I'm trying to lock in, as the kids say. I'm trying to be consistent. But every day, I just think, to what end? And I also think, is doing the same thing every day really gonna change anything? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. I feel I am blessed enough to be very self-assured, but not to be delusional. When you see those people who are just terrible at something and they think they're good at it, oh my God, that's my worst nightmare. Like, no. I mean, come on. That's heartbreaking, isn't it? I feel I'm self-aware enough to know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I need to improve on, and what, maybe I'll just never be good at. I'm lucky enough that I'm good at quite a few things, but again, not good enough at any one thing. Maybe I will be someday. I don't know. That's the thing, isn't it? I don't know, and I don't want to find myself 40 and still making the same bullshit mistakes and still hopelessly unsatisfied with everything I make. I have those moments of like, oh, you smashed it with this, and it's so fleeting, 30 seconds of like, ooh, and then another 5 years of like, ugh. I don't know. I just don't know. I guess if you have experienced something similar and you want to share it with me, or just like share it as a comment or something. I will read it. I read everything people say to me. I just respond to absolutely nobody. That's an issue I have. Even people I like to speak to, I will not answer your text. I will not answer your DM. I will ignore you. I'm so sorry. I mean absolutely nothing by it. I speak about you all with such high regard. I just cannot answer a DM. You should see my fucking text messages, bro. I have 49 missed calls that I've not even opened, and I have 1,028 unopened text messages. Wow. Oh, look, that looks good, doesn't it? You can really see that well. You want to see my emails? Dude, I have 50,000 open emails. That's not, like, who cares about emails? But, again, why are we talking about this? Okay. I'll see you guys later. I would come back and talk about something else because this was quite fun. Okay, bye.